We are doomed as a society, and let me explain to you why. I admit I spend a lot of time on social media, and what's really surprised me is how much drama we have in this world. And for me, I'm old school. Okay, I'm so tired of how society is now. I want to start with America first because this is the country that I'm in, and I kind of know how it is. Excuse me. I am just so sick of the fact that in today's generation, we are living in the world of social media, right? Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to do something to create a content, and everyone wants to get famous. Everybody wants their video to be go on viral, and that's what it's all about now. Everybody just wants to be famous online. It's all about getting a lot of likes, getting a lot of followers. That's all it is now. And for me, this is why I think that we are doomed as a society, because now if you really pay attention, there are people out there that they will do good things, right? They would have good content. Those are the people that I respect. But in society in America, where you have people doing rude things, okay, and the one I can think of right now is very easy, and that is people that likes to go around exercising their First Amendment. I know when I say this, you guys are gonna think that I'm communist, whatever, but I'm not a communist. Okay, I like my freedom, but I just feel like these people are abusing their freedom because they're going around recording people. They're not just really recording around; they're really like putting camera at you because their whole goal is to get a reaction. Okay, that's their content. They want you to get mad so that they can have a content. And if you put your hand on them, especially like law enforcement or military, if you put your hand on them, they're most likely gonna sue you for profit. And if you're like a legal worker, they may not sue you directly, but they will sue a company and they will get you fired. And if you really think about it, this is not what First Amendment was all about. Okay, I'm pretty sure when we created this First Amendment back in who knows how long ago it was, they didn't expect things to be like this. Like when I see people going around filming security guard, even police officer, randomly ask for their name, the badge number for no fucking reason. They're just doing that just to get a reaction. They try to piss them off. And you don't think that even when we live in society like this, you don't think it's sad where people are just going around basically harassing people, but at the same time they will claim First Amendment. They would use it as a shield immediately. Or when people get so mad that and they start pushing their cameras away, they start calling the police. And it's ridiculous how, in my opinion, the police are dumb enough to pretend like they're either dumb or they pretend like they don't know what's going on. And the thing that I want new generation people to understand that like you guys may think that what's going on now it's normal because this is the generation you guys were born in. But for me, I was born 1986. In the 90s, kids, things were not like this. People were more peaceful. There was no harassment. Yes, there was no social media, and yes, there was no cell phone with cameras. But the way I see it now, it's just sad. Even like the drama in my country, in Thailand, for example, like every single drama, every little incident, everyone must pull out their phone and start recording. And nowadays, you cannot even trust what's going on. I mean, there are plenty of time where you would see a customer would be recording the staff, accusing the staff of being rude to them, but most likely prior to the recording, the customer was at fault. But as soon as the customer turns on the camera, they will play the victim. That like right now, you cannot get what's true and what's false anymore, because it's all fake. I can be a jerk right now to someone, but as soon as I start recording, I will play the victim. And I'm sure there are many cases like that out there. And for me, this world is scary. You know how like before back then, if you make a mistake, you get angry in public, nobody would know about it. Only people in that area would know, right? And then after that, you move on with your life. But now, everyone's gonna pull out their phone and start recording, and they're gonna share on their social media. You make one mistake in public because you had a bad day over whatever, you will be exposed online for millions of people to see, and then now you will be considered a crazy person. Does this sounds like a good society that you want to live in? Like every little thing, people feel the need to expose you. Like there was one clip that I saw. It was from my country where a customer, I guess she went to a store, and then I guess the she wasn't happy with the services that she got, and the customer, okay, if it's the old days, right? If you're not happy with the service, you would just go back, you would just walk out and go home and complain to your friends, your family, right? That's the old way. But now, if you're not satisfied with something, let's say a business, people would go out, or they may not even go out. They would automatically pull out their phone, start recording, and start a confrontation. You know, just that one, you know what I'm saying? Just that one day. Now that business is gonna get exposed for being super crazy, super rude, and now people could be like, oh, you're so rude, blah blah blah. Now we're not gonna go to your business anymore. Businesses are getting damaged so many places because of this little exposure. I just think that it's very stupid now, especially customer in America. You know, we are too entitled here. When we don't get things our way, even little little petty shit, we always have to put on the phone and try to start a dramatic situation to make the rest of that place look as bad as possible, and try to get them to get shut down. I've seen so many clips on fast food, especially on the drive-through, where like customers are clearly at fault, but then when they start recording, they try to make the employee look bad, and all they can say is, "What? Let me speak to your manager. We're gonna get you shut down." You see, this is sound like an American to you. It's like every little thing. I'm gonna get you fired. I'm gonna get you shut down. I'm gonna call the corporation. I'm gonna call your manager. It's a cycle, man. And for me, I hate our society where they expect staff to remain professional, don't retaliate or nothing, because the company don't want to get sued, and they don't want you to get, and you don't want to lose your job. But at the same time, the customer can do anything they want. I don't know what to say, man, but I think society here, especially in worldwide too, it's just doomed because of social media. People love to record things and create their own narrative over a little drama. You know, don't you guys think it's so stupid now that every little thing, everybody must pull out their phone and it plays the victim, especially those First Amendment people, those First Amendment auditor. You know, I just can't stand them. You know, and they like to use freedom of speech as a shield. Just like kids in America, they would do rude things in public, and then when adults retaliate them, right away they would claim that, oh, they're minors, you know, and they would threat to sue you, call the police, and all that. I just saw a clip right now where a kid was on a bike, right? But he went through a whole crowd of people, and then an old white guy pushes him, and then right away he's like, "I'm underage. You just assaulted me." But in reality, bro, you were driving a bicycle through a crowd. And I don't know why biker and skater, they enjoy doing that. They enjoy the feeling of riding their bike or skateboard going through people. I don't know what's the fun of that, but that's what they like to do. And especially now in today's world, people, they either really stupid or they pretend to be stupid where they don't know their mistake. You know, they act dumb. You know, they just don't understand, like, why am I being wrong? There's one TikToker that she went to the gym naked. Wasn't naked, but like, you know, she puts spray paint on it to make it look like she got an outfit. She had an outfit on, and then a guy that worked in in the industry confronted her and be like, you know what, you need to leave because you're not dressed, right? And then her and her team try to act dumb and be like, what do you mean? I'm covered. I'm not naked. I'm covered. But like, dude, you're covered with spray paint. You're not covered with clothes. But it just, like I said, it's just nowadays, like I said, social media just turn people into retards. They would go around doing rude things and just destroy the peaceful society that we used to have in America. And like I said, I'm from Thailand. I've seen so many clips, and I'm pretty sure most likely these bad people are American, or maybe they're just the Westerner in general. How they go to Asia, they go there with their Western mentality. They feel like, oh, you know, I'm in public, I could do whatever I want, just like where I came from. But no, in Asia, you have to be considerate in public area. You can't just do whatever the fuck you want. But these tourists, when they go to Asia, they start going there and fuck around. Because, I don't want to sound biased, but most Asian people, we're not violent. We're actually very nice people. So we tend to let little things go. We don't get mad. We tend to smile before we get mad. So that's why these people are going to places like Thailand, China, even Japan, for Christ's sake, and they start creating chaos there because they feel like, oh, we're European, we're American, we're just tourists, we're just having fun, we're just doing prank for social media. Like, you've seen people turning on loud music in a quiet subway station in Japan. Even South Korea, they're doing it. Or like they would ride around skateboard, bike in the street, because over there people walk. And you think about it, when you see all these, like, I don't want to sound racist, but it's like mainly white people. They go to Asia and they are doing all these inconsiderate things, and they think they can get away with it. Like, that YouTuber, what's his name, Vitaly. Look at him. See what happened? He's now locked up in the Philippine prison because he has this mentality that, oh, I'm a tourist, I'm white, I could just go to the Philippines and just fuck around with people from my YouTube channel, and then after that I'm just gonna give them money, and I'll be fine. Or he thinks that, oh, they're just gonna deport him back to America and he'll be fine. But guess what? They ain't deporting you this time. And I think police and the government in Asia needs to be harder on these tourists. I love my country, Thailand. I'm planning to go back there. And the reason I want to go back to Thailand is because I want to escape what's going on in America. But I feel like the Americans are going to Thailand and all these many countries in Asia and slowly turning our society into like where they came from. And that's not what I want. I'm going back to Thailand because I want to escape the culture here. I don't want them to bring the culture here to my country. I don't want to sound insane, but there's times I feel like, you know what, man, if I go to Thailand, if I see all these, Westerner that lives in my country and try to use their, like, for example, American, if they try to use their American mentality in Asia, I would fucking do something to them, like really bad, because I'm sick of it. Because you know what, this is Thailand, bro. This is not America. If you want to behave like this, then go back to America. That's just the bottom line. And I'm sure a lot of you that live in Asia or any countries out there where you have American tourists or European tourists were there, but mainly Americans are the problem, because they're the one that goes, because they're the one that goes around thinking that like, oh, other country have the freedom like them, and they feel like I could do whatever I want, they could fuck around as much as they want, and they'll get away with it because they're in public spaces. But in reality, bro, other countries are not like America. That's one thing they don't fucking realize, and they are doing this. Why? Because of social media. It's all about getting their channel grow. It's all about getting their clip to be famous. If you think about it, it's sad. It's really sad of how human has transformed into. It's all about doing pranks. I know some of them are fake, but there's some that real and looks real. I know some are fake, some are staged, I know that, but there's some that is real, and you guys have to admit that. But I don't know, man. It's just sad to see like where the world is going to and how dumb humans are. And like I said, I know all races are doing it, but I just feel like mainly it's just white people, and I believe that most of them are Americans. And I hate to say that. It's just sad that like, we live in the greatest country, but this is our behavior. People are so entitled and selfish and spoiled way more before than ever, just because of social media. Every little thing I have to make content, like it's just I don't understand why they feel the need to record anything. I have seen so many incidences in the street, and I just lose my eyesight and they just go by. If anything, I might take a picture, but I'm not gonna like start recording, because I don't give a shit about growing my channel. I make this YouTube video just because I want to pretty much use this as my stress relief. I get to talk to the camera, and at the same time, I'm just making video. Maybe my opinion might relate to someone. That's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, man. See, I've been to Japan the first time 2016, 2017, and social media wasn't as crazy as now. Okay, back then American, they don't travel as much yet from my knowledge, and that's why Japan was so peaceful. But now with social media, people are seeing more things, and they're more willing to travel more because they want to be in that environment. But then when they go there, they destroyed it. Like I just saw a YouTube channel, a clip on Instagram where a black guy, he go to China and he plays street ball, and he looks American, and he's trying to use his street ball American mentality in China, the way he talked, the way he's cussing at them. And when I saw that, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I wish I was there and I would just fucking stab him, because I feel like, don't fucking come to China or any country in Asia with your American attitude. Because you know what, in the end, you're just a guest there. And I just wish that people in Asia would be more aggressive towards them, like how they are to us. Because they mistreat Asian people in their country, and now they're mistreating us in our country. Like, why are we allowing that? I'm not trying to promote violence or anything, but I just hate the fact that, like, when people go to Asia, because I'm Asian, I know how our culture is. Yes, we're not perfect. We have bad people too, but you know what? I can't accept it when Thai people in Thailand are being bad in their own country, rather than like some foreigner comes to my country and try to create a crime in my country, and especially like, like they trying to do all these rude things, just for social media content. I just can't accept it, to be honest. That's just my personal opinion. And that's why I believe that, as time goes by with technology and social media, I feel like we are slowly losing humanity, because right now everybody just want to do rude things, start recording things. It's just ridiculous. Every time I saw the news of like people fighting in an airplane, it's just crazy, man. Like, it's all, and you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand, man. Like, it's just sad, like, where we at now. People have so much fucking ego where they feel the need to retaliate all the time. Like, they just cannot let little things go. And like I said, I want to sound racist, but like most of the time I see people fight on an airplane, it's usually the black community. I'm calling it out. And I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but that's just the reality. I mean, I don't understand either. Like, why you have to fight? Especially me, I travel many times. I don't ever recall a situation where I feel the need that I want to beat up someone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, man. We just can't be safe anywhere now. You drive on the street, there's road rages every time. There's road rages all the time. Sometimes, most of the time, speeding driver gets mad of people that drive slow. When in reality, people that are driving slow, they're just following speed limit. Yes, I know, I am aware that there are people out there that drive slower than the speed limit. I get that. But at the same time, like, bro, if people are driving the speed limit, don't get mad at them. Just drive past them. Why do you feel the need to take a look at their faces? Just fucking go. You want to speed? Go ahead. I don't know, man. But I think that society, yeah, it's just bad. And sometimes when you do all these crazy things, there's a chance that you will influence other people to do the same. And that's how things gets crazier, Even nice people, polite people can turn into jerks because they became influenced by it, Like, I understand you can't put a gun on their head and force them to be the way you are, but in reality, bro, people can be influenced. People can influence bad behavior without putting a gun on their head. That's just the bottom line. But yeah, I mean, that's just how I feel about society, man. And I think it's sad that, and plus, I don't think it's gonna change either. It's gonna keep being like this. The same with women. You know how many women out there that would, like, play the victim in a gym, for example, when a guy just staring at them for like 5 seconds, and then she would accuse him for staring at her at all time. That happens all the time. Women have their own way of being drama queen too, and it's sad because men are, in my opinion, men seems worse too. With all these pranks going on, all these pranks with all these, harassment, public harassment, like Vitaly again. It's, I don't know what to say, man. And like I said, I'm Asian. I'm planning to go back to Thailand, and I don't want this shit in my country or any country in Asia. I want all these, if you're American, I wish that, like, this shit stays in America and don't go overseas. But unfortunately, with social media, you just can't control it, because these people know that in Asia, our law are kind of weak compared to America, so they take advantage of it. They take full advantage of it. Because Asian people in Asia, we're not quick at throwing our fists like people here. Let's be honest. You see a prankster where they go to the black neighborhood and they start doing all this prank, they get punched right away. But that's not how Asian people are. And I feel like we are being taken advantage of. Because you guys don't realize that Asian people, our tradition is we respect tourist people. We try to be nice to them because we want them to come back. That's how we were. That's how we were raised. Be nice to tourists so that they can come back. We want to give them good impression so they can come back. But these people are taking advantage of our kindness. That's just the bottom line. So yeah, I don't see things getting any better. You know, especially people you know, you can make money, you could become famous on social media. It's gonna keep going, it's gonna elevate, and nothing's it's gonna stop them. And as long as First Amendment allows them to keep doing this, then it's gonna get even worse. I don't understand how come any lawmaker ignore this. To be honest with you, you know, every little thing, pull out my phone as a shield, or kids pull out my phone. I'm a minor. In reality, when you start the shit, same with women. You might start shit, but then you'll be like, oh, you're a pervert. That could happen. Could be anybody, you know. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening to my complaint. Have a good one.